Good morning. Callie says good morning from the Grumpy Cat. All right, today is Saturday, August 2nd. It's August already. This is crazy. And it's kind of nice. It's not as hot as it normally is. I'm not gonna say it's cool, but it's cooler than it typically is this time of year. Obviously, most of you around here know that late July, early August, that's normally the hottest time of the year around here. And the first day of August, we had like an inch and a quarter of rain here. It rained hard, so that was super nice. The high today is only like 90, 89, 90, and for the next few days it's that way, where we're gonna barely break 90 degrees from what they say. So that's great. I think yesterday the high was maybe 88, and it felt cooler than that. Yesterday evening after that rain, we went out and there were people eating outdoors at the restaurants on the patios and stuff, which is kind of unheard of for for August 1st. So yep, it's gonna be good. The let's see, there's still quite a lot going on, so we're gonna, here in a minute, we're gonna go back to the growing greenhouses, check in on what's happening back there, because it's pretty exciting. We are, even though it's August, we are full swing getting ready for fall and Christmas already. So we've been working on projects throughout the garden center, remodeling some things, making things look nice, because it's slow for us right now as far as customers. So there's not a lot of customers coming in. Speaking of, come on, I'm sure you can find something here. We miss you during the summertime. If you don't know, our business is it's like a roller coaster, with spring being the start of the roller coaster. You know, when you go tick 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 tick, that's spring for us. And then it's crazy. There's Poppy. And then summer is, I guess a lot of people don't like to garden when it's 105 degrees. But the next few days are going to be nice, and there's still some more rain chances. So I'll show you some stuff back there that might be interesting to you, that you may want to come in for. We are still selling a lot of stone and concrete right now. So for those people that are working on projects around the house, this is a good time to get that done. Flagstone, chopstone, gravel, leveling, drainage, concrete patios, all that stuff. Pea gravel projects, topsoil projects, sand. We got all that. So that stuff is still moving well. And we'll go look around here in a second. Before that, though, there was something else I was going to tell you. Oh, next Saturday, I'm going to be gone again. Summer is conference season for us, so we got one more trip before school starts, heading to Kansas City for a conference up there. We got someone on YouTube saying they want to xeriscape their front yard. So yeah, depending on where you live, I don't know where you live, there's a bunch of different ideas. So visit your local garden center. If that's us, come see me, and we'll give you some ideas. Because xeriscaping doesn't necessarily have to be cactus. It can be cactus and yuccas if that's what you want. But there are, in Denver, there's a lot of different options for xeriscaping. So xeriscaping doesn't mean no watering ever. Well, it can be, but for the most part, what you're going to be wanting to do is drought tolerant plants. And there's so many plants that are very drought tolerant once you get them established. So, check with your local garden center, help with the layout. Most of the time with xeriscaping, you've got a lot of what we call negative space in the garden. So that would be places where there aren't plants that you would then fill in with hardscape, patio, walkways, mulch areas, rock areas, whatever it is. But you'll have a lot of negative space in the garden, and then you'll have your prominent plants that are going to be kind of the focal points of the garden that are drought tolerant. So a lot of plants, if you just water them for the first couple of summers, after that they'll be fine with very little water input. So that's my advice about xeriscaping. But talk to your local garden centers and find the local experts, because I don't know which plants are going to be best in Denver, even though my brother lives there. All right, let's get moving. And I'll probably remember some more stuff to talk about along the way. But let me turn this camera around. Also next week, when we go to Kansas City, we'll be getting another award. Our trophy case sucker's about to be full, because we're about to get a top 100 award, so top 100 garden center in North America at that conference. And then I didn't put in there my 40 under 40 award. That still needs to go in the trophy case. All right. So we've got on the way to the back, because I do want to give you a grower update. We've brought out some more stuff for our 50% off our annual sale. So basically everything within these walls of our bedding plant area, our annuals are 50% off. Yeah, the top 100 is by sales volume in North America. So we're one of the top 100 garden centers in North America. Here in little old Wichita Falls. Man. All right, so everything in this area, we still have some annuals, but we are basically clearing out our summer annuals and making room for fall, because before you know it, all of this area is going to be, it's going to be mums. It's going to be, well, not long after the mums, we're going to be getting into the pansies and the snapdragons and the fall blooming flowers. So we still have some of the heat-loving plants that are in here. And they're all half off. We'll make you deals right now on this stuff, because what you're going to be seeing over the next few weeks is that we're going to have empty table space in here. So like what you see over here. So this is the time of year where we clear stuff out on clearance. Anything that's left over for summer, we clean, we sanitize, and then we get ready for the next season. Good morning. I saw somebody from Utah on here. Welcome. It's even earlier in Utah, huh? You up early. Good morning. All right, so I want to do a quick trip back here to our growing range, and then we'll head back up and go into perennials, because we have some really nice perennials that came in. So restricted area. You're going behind the scenes right now. Check this out. The little baby mums aren't so baby anymore. So these chrysanthemums, I think we've got about 5,000 in here. But the chrysanthemums are growing. Of course, they haven't started blooming yet because we don't want them to be blooming yet. We want them to be blooming in the fall. But it won't be long before these babies are ready to come up front. And for those of you that are ready for fall, we are close. Here's our larger ones. Aren't they looking good? They're just so uniform. I love the way that mums grow. They almost look like they've been hedged with hedge trimmers, but they haven't. That's just how they grow. That beautiful mounding shape. We do grow about 30 varieties of mums, and which seems like a lot, but the reason why we grow so many varieties of mums is because they hold on one second. I gotta adjust the thermostat in here. I don't know what's going on here. All right, I'll mess with that later. But the reason why we grow so many different varieties of mums is because there's about 10 different colors that are commercially available now, with all the different shades of white and yellow, a bunch of different yellows, a bunch of different oranges, reds, lavender, pink, purple. Not purple, but lavender. And there are also mums that are divided by the bloom schedule. So early blooming mums, late season blooming mums. Basically what that means is your early blooming mums will be blooming in kind of late September, early October. Your mid-season mums are next. They bloom, for the month of October. And then your later blooming mums are going to be your November blooming mums for Thanksgiving, right? So we want to have blooming mums of all the colors for all of those times. And we end up growing a bunch of different varieties of mums for that reason. But they're looking really nice. But that's not all, folks. Aside from fall, we're getting ready for Christmas already. So I'm going to make my way back this way, because the crew back here planted another. We've already planted some of the poinsettias in the previous few weeks, but they planted about 6,000 more this week. Oh, did you see those marigolds? Those are almost ready. We're going to have marigolds ready soon. Alright, so making my way back this way. We're going to turn the corner. And we have baby poinsettias. Look how cute they are. Now, believe it or not, all of these poinsettias, they're taking up, I don't know, maybe a fourth of the greenhouse space. But as they grow and get bigger, we will have to space them out. I gotta move this table over, because there's another thermostat I need to look at over here while I'm back here. Oops. One more table to move. So yeah, as these as these plants grow, we're gonna have to space them out, so they'll end up they'll end up filling up all of this empty space over here. And then they'll even spill into the next greenhouse, because right now they're all packed together down there on the cooler end of the greenhouse. Where is my thermostat that I'm looking for? Oh, there you are. All right. I always have to be making adjustments on these things. Okay, let me go back. Some of you caught that. How did I move this really big table? It's because I'm really strong, all right? No, it's because of rollers. Ancient Egyptian technology in the greenhouse. So we have these handles here, and they're on a pipe, and that pipe runs all the way down the distance of the table. 130 feet long is this table. So let me set up my tripod so it won't be so shaky this time. One moment. We're gonna go a little higher, and we're gonna tilt it down. All right, so I'm gonna spin that handle, and you'll see the whole table move. Now, the reason why we do that is because it allows us to fit more table space inside of each greenhouse and have less walkways. So, you ready? That's it. That's the trick. Okay, now I gotta put my tripod back the way it was. It's pretty cool. One moment, bear with me. Adjusting the tripod, it's shaky. Okay. All right, back up front we go. So peaceful in here in the mornings. That's why I started doing these live videos. I was like, man, it's so pretty in here, peaceful in here, early in the morning. I got my coffee. Didn't forget it. Not this time. So we got some really good looking perennials. I got a few more minutes to walk you through some of these that are blooming and looking great. These are your heat loving perennials, and they're on sale right now. Buy 3, get 1 free. We got the Texas native lantana blooming. Looking good. This is a fun one. So this is one that a customer gave me cuttings of several years ago because I had never seen it anywhere else. But this is a Tradescantia. Hey, Sylvester. Where'd you come from? What are you doing? Okay. So this is a perennial Tradescantia. So the Tradescantia family, you guys know, there's a bunch of different plants in there. the Wandering Dude, Purple Heart, some of the houseplant, Tradescantia Nanook and things like that. Well, this is a fun perennial one that this lady, a customer, had for many years at her house. But what's different about it is it's green. So typically you see these and they are other colors like purple. So she let me take some cuttings off of it. We've been propagating and selling it for several years, and it does great as a perennial. It gets kind of tall and bushy, and then it kind of lays over and crawls. So one of these plants will get about almost 2.5 feet tall and 3 feet wide. And like other Tradescantia, they're super easy to propagate once you have them growing, and you can share them with friends. And it gets pretty pink flowers. And then when it gets kind of stressed out, like when it gets root bound or if it gets colder, it will turn purple too, but not like that dark, deep purple like the Purple Heart one. So it kind of changes throughout the year. So we brought these up from the back just yesterday. But that's a fun one to grow. And you can propagate that thing. Once you have it going, it'll propagate in water, or you can just stick pieces of it in the ground and it'll root in and take off and make new plants. I think these are so cool. This is Candelilla, which is in the Euphorbia family, same as poinsettias. Doesn't look like a poinsettia, does it? But they've got this cool stick-like growth. Very drought tolerant. Got some really nice sedums over here. Poppies over here. Poppy. So these are pretty perennial succulents, these different types of sedums. Everything in here is perennial. This Veronica just came up from the growing area. That looks really, really nice. Pollinators love it. I gotta bring some more. We have more of these, but this is the Flamacanthus, or hummingbird bush. I did a video about this maybe a week and a half ago, so you can check that out. But these are an awesome tall perennial that the hummingbirds will flock to in summer. And it's native. Rock rose is blooming. Another good Texas native, Pavonia rock rose. It's in the hibiscus family. They look like little miniature hibiscus flowers. Look how little they are. But these will get to be pretty large, 3 to 4 feet tall and covered up with blooms. Hey, Sylvie. What are you doing? Artemisia looks great for that silvery foliage. This is an awesome perennial too that I think not enough people plant. Skullcap, Scutellaria, and it's a cool one. It's really low growing, so it makes a good border plant. And it comes in purple and red. I just don't have the red right now. Now I know we got restocked on Turk's Cap this week, but did we already sell them all? That is the question. Because I'm trying to see where they are. Oh, there they are. They're right in front of my face. A lot of people have been asking for Turk's Cap because they're blooming around town, and this is another one that the hummingbirds go crazy for. I have a hummingbird that comes in every morning to my Turk's Cap, and that's another great native. Grows in sun or shade. It's really nice. We got Ecubeckias blooming. We've got Rudbeckias blooming. Poppy's chasing a frog over there. Black-eyed Susans. The Black-eyed Susans are an awesome, tough perennial. Look at these Gaillardia. Blanket flower, Indian blanket. That is cool. And like I said, all these perennials are buy 3, get 1 free. And we got restocked on the autumn sage, another good Texas native. Salvia greggii. They're just blooming like crazy right now. And once again, hummingbirds and butterflies love this plant. So this is a great time of year. If you've been wondering, where are the hummingbirds? Because there really haven't been as many lately. I don't know what's going on with that. But we can sure help them out if we plant these sort of plants in our yards. And here we have another type of Ecubeckia. This one is Summerina Glow. Look at that. Those are so cool. So the Ecubeckia are the cross between Echinacea and Rudbeckia. We've got quite a few different ones in here. That bloom almost looks like a marigold bloom, but you gonna climb up? Dang, Mission Impossible style, Sylvester. Crazy boy. Now you can't rub on my coffee. What are you doing? Poppy's lurking under the table. You just had to climb up there, huh? All right. All right, so there you have it. We got a lot of pretty stuff in. It's a cooler day. There's some rain in the forecast still. So take a break do some gardening. Take advantage of this cooler and wetter start to August. And come see us. We'll see you soon. Thanks for joining this morning. Bye-bye now.